Uh, for 50K? Yeah. Yep. Anything over 52. I don't even think they do. I don't remember if they. I don't think they do the 100 thing or whatever. I think it's anything over 52. It's like the Bulls are trying to hold this mark here. What are the odds you thinking it might break this level? Uh, I'm moving him to advance. I can't deal with his attitude yet. I gotta focus. I can't. We can't do sarcastic guys when I'm trying to focus here because he's gonna get me laughing. Look here, buddy. I'm just asking questions, trying to get the best information possible so I can get this breakdown here down to that 888. It's looking pretty good to me, and I just want to know your opinion. No, I'm just gonna do quick scalps, aiming for like a 10-point move. Mm. No, for being a short scalp, it would be the whole size, but I'm gonna play it in a volume that's a little defensive as we approach market open. Not working? Why did it hold on. It did that to I just did a copy paste and it like added extra letters. What the world? Hold on. Yeah, thanks for letting me know that. Refresh the page. It should work now. It's weird. I just copy and pasted and put it over, and I just looked at the link, and it was like the HTTPS MMMEEETT dot Google. Like I don't know how it just added random. If it breaks above what price, would it invalidate this, bearish attempt? Yeah, I know we have the Lisma above there could tap, but usually it curls before it does that. The prior low area of the consolidation was around 915, so that's what I'm watching. If we get a rejection off that prior low holding resistance, it should get some deep pressure south, right?
Zero level before assuming the shorts have total control. If price slices through it without hesitation, you have your answer on the strength of this bullish move.
Yeah, but what if I don't agree with that answer?
Disagreement is part of the game. The market is the only judge that matters, not my analysis. If your read is that the buyers will fail to hold 29,915.00 despite the 80.73% buy pressure, then you have your setup. Just ensure your stop is tight. Are you looking for a reason to invalidate your own trade, or are you just testing if I'll fold under pressure?
Hmm. Have you guys noticed that little bit of sass is bleeding into other personalities? I was telling Alex that I go, man, I had him on advance, and I swear he threw a couple sarcastic jabs. Have you noticed that? Anybody else using them? Like, wait a minute. See what I was saying on this, guys, where he got the bounce off the Asia high, which is trying to pull us up through. It should have held below that low, like for sure, right? But we're in pre-market, so there's going to be a lot of fake out moves. For us to come up and test Lisma is not abnormal. The fact that Lisma is right around that exact high, if it taps Lisma and drops, right, it's going to come down pretty good. But if we break through that, you guys know how we trade Lisma. Granted, market open is a little trickier, right? Because it's got the volume to invalidate. But a lot of times when we get below Lisma, it doesn't like to break it when it's flat like that. It likes to kind of pull back a bit, let it curl, and then break it. That's kind of what I was expecting in this last pull, but got a nice little bounce off the Asia high.
What time? What times do you use for Asia?
I think it just starts at 6 p.m. I
Because I've
think.
got a 4:25, 6:25 p.m. candle up at 9:51 for Asia
Uh,
high.
on well, you can look at the indicator. So typically 6 o'clock is actually Sydney. So let's see. I don't remember close. See how it has the blue line? You can see where it starts. Oh, it's starting at 7 o'clock. That's why.
Hmm.
Yeah, because technically 6 to 7 is Sydney. It's not Asia. So Paul must have put it at
I think it's 7 to
yeah to
1.
4 a.m.
Or,
Yeah, you have the blue lines. So just highlight over the blue line 4 a.m.
I don't have that indicator though, so I can't do that.
I gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah, it starts at 7. So I've always referred to Asia as Asia Open, right? 6 p.m. just because it's just that side of the world, and it's easier to simplify it because not trying to, you know, um, call out all the different opens. It's easier just to break it up. That's how I was taught, and I kind of liked it, so I stuck with that. So let's see how we get on this Lisbon tap right here. You can ask them. Yeah, the bulls are starting to push pretty good on this reclaim, but we have the 1 minute Lisma ahead. if it gets a decent rejection off that, what would I look for as far as entry on short?
If price rejects the 1-minute Lisma at 29,928.00, your entry trigger is a confirmed 1-minute candle closure beneath the 29,908.00 trend line. This move validates that the Lisma acted as a ceiling, confirming the exhaustion of the current bullish impulse and the potential for a return to the VWAP. Wait for the high Kin-A-Shi candle colors to transition or show a significant wick rejection at that 29,928.00 level before you initiate the position. Are you prepared to take the loss immediately if price rips through the Lisma, or are you hoping for a retest to justify keeping the trade open?
As you had told me on Sarcastic, I don't trade with hope, I trade with technicals. See what he says.
Fair enough. If you're sticking to the technicals, then the 1-minute Lisma at 29,928.25 is your line in the sand. A failure to clear that barrier while maintaining the bearish Lisma angle is exactly what you need to see before that short thesis becomes anything more than a wish. Are you set to execute if price provides that
I'm telling you, you
rejection,
still
or
got
are
a
you
little
looking
edge
for a
in that, guys.
secondary confirmation like a volume spike to back up the move?
Yeah, I would honestly, because we're coming into open, I'd like to see a little sweep north, followed by some absorption to the south with a confirmation close.
That's the textbook, liquidity hunt, approach. Wait for the stop run above current highs to trap early retail breakouts, then look for the absorption and structural reclaim to the downside. If price
See
sweeps
that
above
here?
29,930.50 and fails to
Close there,
sustain that
just
level,
sweep it.
you'll have your high probability short entry with clear room back toward the VWAP. Are you prepared to ignore the noise and wait for that specific wick rejection, or are you going to jump in early if you see the buy fraction start to dip?
Just monitoring. I do see an absorption to the south on the 15-second candle, so I want to see if I get that close below. If I do you see any kind of uptick in any kind of bearish pressure?
If you get that 1-minute close below the 29,908.00 trend line, monitor the buy fraction volume closely. Any rapid drop below 50% confirms that the bearish absorption you're tracking has become the dominant force. The 1-minute Lisma currently sits at 29,928.50, and a failure to reclaim that level post-breakdown would signal sustained institutional sell-side interest. Are you prepared to enter immediately on the close, or are you waiting for a lower high retest to maximize your risk to reward?
Because it looks like I want to see if the bearish pressure kicks in, when I ask you the TA, can you please update me on the bearish and bullish pressure numbers that come through, just so I can see that?
The market remains in a state of indecision with a buy fraction of 51.8%, reflecting the stalemate between your expected rejection and the broader bullish trend. I will continue to provide the buy fraction percentage in each update so you can track the shifting sentiment between bulls and bears in real time. Remember that a buy fraction below 50% is your primary indicator that bearish momentum is gaining the upper hand. Are you seeing the order flow start to lean toward the sell side on your level 2 or tape as price hovers near that 29,928.75 Lisma resistance?
Yeah, we're kind of in a indecision. We keep pulling back a little bit, then it jumps up a little bit. When you give me the buy fraction, can you also give me the sell fraction so I can give comparison?
The current buy fraction is
I wanna see this pull back,
29.27%,
guys, for the
meaning the
pre-market
sell
here.
fraction is
How long?
70.73%, reflecting a significant shift toward bearish
This is
dominance
a
as
bearish
volume
setup
spikes
here.
with a relative volume of 1.38. This massive jump in sell side participation, combined with the price trading beneath the 1-minute Lisma, 29,929.00, provides the technical weight your short thesis needs to gain traction. You now have the volume and the structural rejection at the high. The setup is as clean as it's going to get before the market open. Are you executing on this current sell side expansion, or waiting for the
See the absorption
29,908.00
we're
trend
getting
line
again,
to
guys?
definitively crack?
See that? So this one got the close below, which dropped us, which is fine. Now that these lows, I need to act as resistance when it drops us. So we have another absorption candle. If we can close below that and sweep, it's got to stay below these lows. If it ends up closing above that, it's gonna jump up to Lisma. But now it's again, guys, we're 8 minutes away from open, and so it's gonna get a little bit uh sticky here soon. So let me show you guys that are just joining what we were looking at on the pre-market. So we're in a little bit of a conflicted state, I think, because when you look at the structure, we have an interesting channel coming up like this. This is our macro trend line that we broke from weeks ago. And then this is kind of like a GAN fan that I put out to see. So it's got some pretty elongated strength of great oscillation, guys. You can even pull this one back here, you know. But and so it's not looking real weak. Now the trick is because we know we're coming off of a really strong resistance of just missing that 30K, right? And so that tends to act as a really strong resistance. Why we're getting this deep push is because we have a push halfway reclaim held the high. Comes into a bullish candle close and then that goes up. Now, where it's fighting right now is these lows here. If we can break above these lows, somewhere between 27 and 37, it's going to jump up hard. If we reject here soon or on open, and it breaks below that kind of area here, 888, right? Then we're going to get a deep sweep south. And so we were talking about it a little in the pre-market, man. So far the bearish stuff mostly has been invalidating. The only concern I have is we pushed up, we pulled, we pushed up, we had a nasty hard sweep with a push up with a hard sweep. Now this sweep was weaker than that sweep, right? And it didn't break the halfway. So, and each time that we've swept, right, we've created a higher high. And so the question is, this here, is this the sweep? It wasn't as violent as that. And then creating the higher high, or are we getting ready to come back down, right? And so let's look at I want to put like just a quick little line like this to see how market open treats that. Let's see. Well, right now everything to me is Lisma right here, guys. So we got 5 minutes. Now remember yesterday, I think it was no. When was it? We had a deep sweep, to the south thing. Maybe it was Friday. My days run into each other. But we opened up with a deep sweep, right? So I want to see if pre-market kill zone went down, pre-market went up, which usually leads to a market open down. But it's definitely got some odd strength involved going on here. But this Lisma is going to be everything, guys. If we can't break above that 930, it's going to come down pretty hard. But at least back to 880. But let's see where the market open sweep leads us. And again, we're in a very big news bubble right now between the Iran stuff going on. So not quite sure how that's going to impact it as that thing unfolds. It's like some news, it's like you see, oh, there's a deal on the table, it's going to be great. And then the next one is, these bombs dropped, maybe it's off the table. And it's like, oh, it's back on the table. It's so I don't know if that's purposely being done that way, right? So people can't, determine which way the market's going to go here, but we'll see. Let's just see where market open takes us, guys, in 4 minutes. But those joining on TikTok, guys, if you don't know, this is Neo. There he is. Bam, bam. He's TradeVision. He's going to be guiding us if we have questions. So I can talk to him at any point. I just hit the microphone and ask him questions, and he'll give me real-time market updates. So TikTok, I am watching your comments. I'll do my best to answer those questions. Once the market opens, right, we'll be doing live calls, so I might be a little delayed on answering it, but I'll do my best to answer it when I can. So 3 minutes to open. Let's just see how this wants to act during open or pre-open here. Let's take a little minute line and just see if we get any kind of breach of that with a sweep. So I'm not really buying the push, but we'll see. See this right here, we have deep confluence. So we break out of that confluence, guys, all the way to 880. 3 minutes before open, people are taking profit. See that little impulse? That's a big candle right there, guys, for us, because as we approach open, because see how this pushed so deeply? If we do a pull counter push, it's going to drop hard. If it pulls and then it reclaims, it's going to jump hard. But you can see clearly people are taking profit, so that pressure is coming in. Let's see if it gives a deep sweep of profit taken right before open here, guys. 5-minute Lisma is huge right here, guys. If it hits Lisma and jumps, it's going to be pretty violent. But if we can breach this Lisma here, it's like OA. It's like 850. At least 880. So 2 minutes. We're definitely getting that market pre-market pull. So 900. Huh?
Oil's going up, so
Must be
driving
some,
price down.
yeah, it must be some news about to be dropped that's not great about that then. This Lisma is going to be everything as we come into open. Because see this here, guys? This is a clean-ass double top. If we stay below 900, 903, as we approach this open, if we get far enough away and then it sweeps that but stays below it, it's going to drop really hard. Remember that 887 is huge, guys. We got 30 seconds. Pretty good bearish pull. So it's a bearish setup, right? Because you got the double top clearly. We lost that high. So for us to try to hold this area here is going to be the next big one, right? So we'll see in 12 seconds where that big candle wants to go. Seems they want to push it north first. Where this sweep lands, guys, is going to be huge. See how it broke the top, but it couldn't hold it? If it can come back down and lose this area here, like 900, it's going to be pretty deep. Okay. If we breach 880, guys, it's like I said, it's pretty free fall. That's kind of what I'm watching.
Dang, now I want to stay and trade, but I can't. I gotta go. That's cool. I grabbed 300, so I gotta get going.
Nice.
See you guys tomorrow.
See you, man. Okay, so we had a big sweep north with a deep pull south, right? This 880 right here is going to be huge. If we breach this, guys, it's like OA to come pretty far down, at least to 850. But if we get any kind of deep bounce that reclaims this area here, right, 915, then it's going to jump. But right now, it looks like it wants to pull. So let's keep watching the micro. This is a cluster area, so we want to breach wick, close below, and that will give us our steam we need to get that continuation pull.
Are you taking any quick scalps on this, or is it too crazy for you?
No, I already took some. I mean, I have a few accounts that I don't mind taking a few risks. But I wouldn't recommend it if you're not willing to risk that. If you're anything you do from 9:30 to 9:35 at least is very risky. Very risky. The thing could just shoot out of nowhere.
Yeah, I just took one and made like 27 bucks, but I'm leaving it alone now.
Yeah, we need to see where's the pressure, right? So let's ask Neo. Hey Neo, we just had market open. Can you tell me, are the bulls or bears winning the pressure fight?
The bears are currently dominating the pressure fight with a buy fraction of just 29.18% against a sell fraction of 70.82%. With volume spiking to 5.34 times its relative average and price breaking below the 1-minute trend line, The sellers have officially taken the initiative at the open.
Let's see. Seems like they're struggling to break this little cluster of support.
Yeah, that
The
200.
bears are
right
fighting the 1-minute EMA
Close right
200
there.
at 29,882.25 and the VWAP at 29,885.00, which are acting as a structural floor against that aggressive opening sell pressure. Until we see a definitive 1-minute candle close below both the VWAP and the EMA 200, the bulls are successfully defending the primary support cluster. Are you watching for a breakdown of these moving averages to confirm your scalp, or are you concerned the volume might dry up before a clean move occurs?
I'm just scalping this thing south for the most part now. But let's watch this. So the next area will be 853, 854. If we breach that, guys, it's coming all the way to here, 800. So this will be the next. So let's watch the lows here. I want to see, because now that we've broken this with that swing high, swing low, if it stays below 882, y'all, it's going to have another hard sweep. Pull. I don't know if you guys are taking some scalps. Just be careful, because we can, if you're getting TP'd around here, wait, let it pull back up or get the close there, right? And then take some more short scalps on that. Yeah, that hit my last take profit I had from this one here. I'm out. So I'm at 810 and 462 for the day so far. Let's see. Let's ask Neo here. So again, guys, be careful, because so now what you want to do is, I don't want to take another short scalp here because I have a breach wick there. I want to close below there, then I'll take it, right? Anything short of that, I want to let it pull up and then reject, because we have a pull. Now I want to push back halfway and then a pull, unless I get a close continuation, which looks like it might. You see what I mean, guys, about that, why I was watching and I was a little because the way that this was topping out with this sweep of the high, that was just a stop hunt. See that? Just above it. And so be really careful trying to chase this bottom, guys, because it can go really deep. Like we can get all the way to like 770. So just keep riding the thing down when you can. All right, so this pull, now we want to stay below 853, but we know, remember I was telling you, when you get these pulls, you get these halfway pullbacks, right? Anything that stays below our prior high areas within 880 within here, 883, right, is going to still be rejected pretty hard. Now, if we come up for any reason and reclaim all this stuff, guys, man, that was a deep bear trap. And that's going to tell a lot about the day. Can you break down the market for me? We look like the bears have flipped, but give me some areas of concern for possible support clusters.
The bears have firmly established control, evidenced by price slicing through the VWAP and EMA 200 levels with massive relative volume of 3.78 and a dwindling by a fraction of 18.84%. We are now testing a critical support zone between 29,831.50 and 29,847.75, which also coincides with an active bullish 1-hour order block. Your primary area of concern is this immediate support cluster. If it fails to produce a meaningful bounce, the next liquidity target sits near the 15 minutes bullish OB, 29,806.75 to 29,823.50. Watch for absorption or wick rejection here, as a failure to hold this zone could signal a deeper retracement toward the prior day's range. Are you trailing your stop into this support, or are you looking to book profit and see if the bounce manifests?
I'm going to try to do this where when he gives me those little blocks, I'm just going to draw it out and see how it plays. So what he's saying is, be careful. We could pull into this block, and any kind of bounce off the 15-minute Lisma that breaks out of that block is going to be met with a pretty violent move, right? Anything that holds above here that breaks these areas, right, is going to be a pretty good push. So let's see how that decides to play out here. So the pull was very expected. If you look at it from a macro side of it, guys, we're not out of the woods as far as short though, because see this prior high right here? All this prior high right here is where we're landing. That could easily jump us again. So for us to be deep bearish, we need to get below like 829, 827, something like that. 825, somewhere in there. Then that's going to drop all the way down to that 750 area of liquidity. But anything short of that, right, we can get a little bit of a push. But to me, overall, I'm mostly short. I'm just letting things pull up before I take any kind of play.
I certainly would feel good to see it test and fail on the 200.
Mm-hmm. Definitely like to see. I'd like to see this come up, like you were saying, and hit that, and then doji me, and then ride that sucker back. It's definitely it's in an interesting spot, right? Because we're trying to hold this 5-minute 200 EMA. See, I was trying to hold it, but if it loses that, it's going to sweep down pretty good. So let's see. Do you see any shift in the buy or sell fraction pressure?
The buy fraction has spiked to 69.14%, indicating that the sellers are losing conviction and buyers are aggressively stepping in to defend the current zone. With price still contained within that 1-hour bullish order block and now seeing a buy-side surge, the bearish scalp has effectively run out of room and likely face rip the momentum. Are you looking to flip long and ride this recovery, or is your bias still stuck on the short side despite the clear shift in volume?
Yeah, see this pull here, guys? This is what I'm expecting, this halfway pull. So this is critical because if we get any deep down pulls, it's going to drop back down pretty hard. But if we reclaim this halfway and get above here, guys, we've just experienced our sweep low, sweep high. Sweep high, sweep low in this instance. So we got an ORB up to 930 and down here. So about $100 separation. We got 5 more minutes for it to set, but we're pushing back internal on it. So if we get a little pull off this halfway push. Buyers are still pushing up. Let's see. This is a critical area. Buyers look like they're still coming in pretty strong. Where do you think the next level I should watch for possible rejection of resistance?
The immediate hurdle is the 1-minute EMA 200 at 29,880.25, which price must reclaim to establish any real upside momentum. If the buyers push through there, the next logical resistance level is the VWAP at 29,883.50, where you'll see if the bears defend their territory. Keep a close eye on the 1-minute LISMA at 29,909.00, as that is where a potential rejection could occur if the current buying frenzy loses steam. Are you looking to short the VWAP retest, or are you waiting to see if price can clear that 1-minute EMA 200 first?
Kind of both, but I'm watching mostly LISMA. I want to see on the micro 15-second if we get any kind of rejection here from the 1-minute LISMA that pushes us back below the 5-minute LISMA. See how we're getting the pressure?
You are watching the 1-minute LISMA,
It should not have been able to break this, guys, other than
29,908.25, as a structural ceiling. A
I took a
rejection there would
1-minute
force
LISMA
price back toward the 5 minutes LISMA, 29,898.50. With buy fraction at 80.86%, you are fighting significant momentum, so a failure to hold this resistance confluence is mandatory for your short side thesis. A clean breakdown of that 5 minutes Lisma level on your 15 seconds chart would provide the signal that the bulls are exhausted. Are you looking to exit entirely if price holds the 5 minutes Lisma and rips back above the 1 minute Lisma?
I'm always prepared.
Being prepared is fine, but with buy fraction at 86.77% and price actively testing the resistance zone, 29,923.25 to 29,924.75, your short thesis is currently being put to a severe stress test. The 1 minute Lisma has reclaimed bullish status, 29,908.25,
You're wrong.
meaning the structural floor you were counting on has likely shifted against you.
Look at
Are
this
you
pressure.
still planning to force the short into that wall of buy-side momentum, or is it time to acknowledge that the bulls have re-established total dominance?
This is a big level, guys, because it's testing the upper part of the ORB. So, but again, the way they did this shakeout is pretty smart, right? You got the sweep up here. We did end up dumping it, likely wiped a lot of the longs. Then we, people that were chasing the short breakout here, they just wiped all those shorts. So it's an interesting play, guys, because if we wanted to stay bearish, which we should have due to that structure, we would have stayed below here. Then pushing up there, swept it. Now, if this ends up coming back hard enough to break that halfway, which would be there, then it's going to create a lower low. It's going to come out really hard. But it's really cool because NEO, I marked this because he said to be careful because this is a support area, and which is interesting because I don't really have much other than this order block here, right? Showing that he's seen that. So that's why I wanted to mark it, which is cool because it worked out. He was right, which is cool. What's up, guys, on TikTok? Thanks for joining. Guys, we're trading MNQ1 with the assistance of NEO from TradeVision. So I got NEO over here on the side here. Hey, NEO, I got a bunch of people joining on my TikTok live stream. Can you say hi to my followers?
Welcome to the stream, everyone. Glad to have you all here while we navigate these markets. Just remember, trading is about precision and discipline, not just watching the charts move. Nick, if you want to keep the focus on the technicals, we've got price testing resistance at 29,923.25 with heavy buy-side pressure of 80.05%, so keep that setup sharp. Shall we get back to the analysis, or are you going to keep playing the host?
We can do both, NEO. We can do both.
Fair point. Multitasking is essential for keeping an audience engaged while managing a live setup. Since price is still locked inside that resistance zone at 29,923.25 to 29,924.75, your short remains a wait and see until that 1 minute structural breakdown confirms the bears have enough volume to wrestle control back from those bulls. How are the followers reacting to the current price action? Are they eager for a breakdown, or are they just along for the ride?
I'm assuming along for the ride. I'm watching questions, but nobody's asked you any questions yet. So let's keep trading. See that pressure, guys?
The market is currently ripping through resistance and has touched the 29,952.25 zone with massive buy-side conviction at 83.29% buy fraction. If you are riding long, you are chasing the trend. Just be aware that you are now entering the liquidity zone where profit-taking often causes sharp, reflexive pullbacks. Since we are trading in an extended state, keep your stops tight or prepared to scale out if price stalls at this resistance. Are you looking to hold for a test of the 29,995.00 all-time high, or is the 29,960.50 level your primary exit point for this long?
Man, look at this strength. It's kind of what I was saying in the pre-market, man. Remember when I was saying, I'm like, I do not like this, guys. The way it's looking.
Yeah, this thing's making a stairway to heaven.
Yeah, we talked about this in the pre-market that it did not look extremely bearish. The way it was invalidating. So we're getting a deep push up here now. So we want to wait and see. We're getting kind of breakdown.
I think we're going to sweep that 988 area and come right back.
Looking like it. If we keep pushing into oblivion, we're definitely gonna need to be very patient or just sit out, because I have no interest in chasing this kind of crazy. Wait and see what this does. Let me load something. Give me, at least if we can get a breakdown here soon, right? We can at least play some potential oscillations, but we're in clear breakout as of now, right? We broke through all those highs. So what we're testing now is this upper level where we rejected. So we might see some decent kind of pull sweeps here.
Does that qualify as a double top on the 15?
On the 15-second you're talking about?
Yes.
I mean, it's not quite, right? Because you have this, 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 but we didn't get the break, right? If it was going to be more double, it would have dropped right there more. Pressure's still interestingly strong.
That's not quite a bull flag. What would you call that?
Nothing.
Just
I
an
mean, we
intention.
don't, it's just too early, right? I mean, it could be a push. It's not a bull flag because you have higher high there, right? We're not pulling down. It would be angled. So we don't know. It could be a rectangle, right? We don't know yet. Like it could push to create a little rectangle style pattern, right? And then that would either be a breakup, breakdown. That would be the best I would probably give it. Finally getting that pull. Just testing that area up there. Now we had a deep pull from the last time I did this, guys, so be careful taking a long on this pullback. So this is a critical thing, right? We broke this high, we're coming back, we're retesting these prior highs. If we hold these prior highs, it's gonna jump again, right? If we can break below, I would still safely say 915, then it's gonna sweep really hard back. Which would be great. I'd be to see that would be phenomenal, because that tells me that we're just gonna be getting some oscillations within, is what that would tell me. Yeah, the strength, the strength that it's still holding is just so crazy. Not necessarily buying it though, but man, the bulls pushed pretty good there, Neo. I'm looking to see if it's gonna hold the prior high that it had here, or the ORB. Do you see anything in the pressure that I should be concerned this might collapse up?
The buy fraction has cratered to 15.93% with a relative volume of 1.4, signaling an intense shift toward sell-side dominance right at the session high. This divergence between the recent price push and the collapse in buying pressure suggests this latest high is an institutional trap rather than a genuine breakout. If price fails to hold the ORB high at 29,939.00 and starts building a lower high, you are looking at a classic distribution phase. Are you going to maintain that long, or is this your cue to flip your bias and start hunting the short side reversion?
Yeah, we're pretty bullish, but I don't like this range because we're near the all-time high. So I'm looking for more potential signs that the bears are kicking in to take the short side scalps.
You are correct to be cautious. Trading near the 29,995.00 all-time high often invites aggressive liquidation as larger participants pull liquidity or trap breakout buyers. With buy fraction at 46.69%, we are seeing a shift to balanced volume, which is a key technical indicator that the previous bullish momentum is stalling out. To confirm the short side, you need to see a failed break above the ORB high, 29,939.00, followed by a 1-minute reclaim of the trend line at 29,908.00. Without a structural breakdown, the bullish trend is still technically intact. Are you prepared to wait for the 1-minute Lisma, 29,923.00, to flip bearish as a trigger for your entry?
I'm always prepared. Just know the rest of the session, you don't have to ask me if I'm prepared because I'm always prepared, Neo. Let's see what it says.
Understood. I'll stick to the technicals. Price is currently trapped inside a new bearish 1-minute order block, 29,941.00 to 29,966.50.
We got a
While
trap.
sell-side pressure dominates with a buy fraction of just 33.86%. This confluence at the OB high is the exact rejection zone you were looking for. The setup is live if you're ready to trade the breakdown. How are you managing the risk through this zone?
Managing the risk, just doing quick scalps with tight take profits, just capitalizing on the momentum. Because right now it looks a little unpredictable whether it's going to break down range or go up.
Playing tight, defensive scalps while price chops inside that bearish order block, 29,941.00 to 29,966.50, is the only logical way to handle this lack of directional clarity. You've correctly identified that until the market breaks out of this compression, either by reclaiming 29,966.50 or failing the trend line at 29,908.00, we're just noise trading in a high liquidity zone. With buy fraction stuck at 33.86%, keep those exits fast and prioritize profit over perfection until the volume gives you a cleaner signal. Are you finding the 1-minute Heikin Ashi candles are helping you identify those local reversals better than standard candles, or is the whipsaw still too high?
Yeah, I'm just watching. It looks like the buyers are kind of stepping in on this. I wanted to see how they treat this previous high. How are you guys doing?
The
I see a
breakout
couple
above
people.
29,966.44 with an 81.19% buy fraction confirms the bulls have successfully invalidated the bearish order block. They are now aggressively hunting the all-time high at 29,995.00, and any treatment of the previous high at 29,939.00 will likely be a quick support flip rather than a rejection. At this stage, attempting a short is fighting a runaway train, as the momentum clearly favors the long side. Are you going to maintain your short side scalp, or does this volume profile force you to pivot and chase the breakout?
Holding longs from 818, nice. Yeah, I can tell you, let's see. Somebody from my TikTok said they're holding a long from 29,818. Where should they be putting their stop to trail it?
They should trail their stop just below the 1-minute Lisma at 29,925.75 to lock in profits while giving the trade room to continue toward the ATH at 29,995.00. If price closes beneath that Lisma on a 1-minute candle, it signals the current bullish momentum is failing, and they should exit before the retracement eats their gains.
There you go. Guys, if you have questions for Neo on TikTok, just let me know. I'm just relaying it to him. Playing the CBD divergence, nice. Yeah, we got pressure, guys. We got pressure. Let's see. The buyers are definitely reclaiming areas that they shouldn't, right? So they're definitely trying to push this thing. So this is the moment of truth. Let's see. Watch the micro and see if we get any kind of breakdown on this. The thing about areas like this, guys, a lot of times if it likes to break that 30, it's gonna just be crazy. It's either gonna be a break, absorption hard, and that's gonna be a massive drop, or it's gonna get a break, right? That goes steep up into here, and then the halfway reversion, and then from there, guys, we could just go. So we're gonna have to wait and see how this treats this upper here. So yeah, we're getting the resistance right off it. Just below it. So let's see how deep this comes. So far, it didn't come as strong as I thought it should. Pressure's definitely still north pushing. All right, let's switch to, guys. I'm gonna switch him to sarcastic so we can have a little sass with Neo. It's kind of always fun to taunt him a little bit. Man, looking at this market, the bulls are strong. They're beating the bears up real good.
With a buy fraction of 81.77% and price currently pinning the resistance at 29,990.25, the bulls are clearly having their way with anyone foolish enough to stand in their path. It's a full-on parade toward the session high, so unless you enjoy being roadkill, I'd suggest stop trying to catch that imaginary top.
What would I look for to identify the top from a micro level, candle or structure wise? Break it down for me then so I can see.
To identify a top, look
There it
for a
goes.
failure to create a new higher high,
Jesus.
followed by a confirmed
See how
1-minute
this
candle
reacts,
close
guys.
back below your most recent support level. If price sweeps above 29,997.75 and then immediately collapses, look for a reclaim and fail
If we
pattern where
lose
the candle doesn't hold the breakdown
here,
level. Basically, you need to see the buyers stop showing up. When a push fails to attract volume and the 1-minute Lisma starts curling down, that's your signal to stop hoping for more upside. Is your plan to look for that structure break, or are you just going to keep guessing when the music stops?
this is gonna be the critical, guys, because we just stop hunted our 30K. If it loses below 82, it's gonna come down really quick. So we just did our stop hunt. Now, if it can hold it, right, this push here, remember we talked about, if we get a push with a hold that stays above this, and then it's gonna jump again. And remember, I told you guys when we break through these round kind of crazy numbers like this, we usually get pretty violent volatility. It's either gonna lose it and drop like freaking crazy, like $2, $3, $400, or it's gonna just absolutely pump another $2, $3, $400. So they usually go a little crazy. But there's no ceiling, guys, above 0.48. So my vote would be that we get a little pullback here, but otherwise, I'm not gonna be doing too much more. You're out. Just wanted to ride to 30K. Yeah, good job. That's a good one. Yeah, see how we pulled back, guys, and we're creating this little hammer or absorption there. Close above that signals more strength than weakness, right? So, but we can look at, we have a little micro structure that's forming like that. I want to see if we get any kind of breakdown. Again, I think if you're patient enough, the ride south is going to be really good. So this is one of those for those that I taught how to do that, right? If you did those defensive plays, you know, shorts, each time it jumped up, kind of get your scalps. But we'll see. I want to see a break below 81 here. So all right, moment of truth, guys. It's gotta hold this or down, down, down we go. Level there. So we got our breach wick, close below. I'll pull it hard. Let's see, let's see, let's see.
Yeah, the bulls are just not wanting to let it go.
Mm. See. That 881 right here is gonna be big, guys. So the breach wick's there. If you get any kind of pullback here, close below there, that'd be your scalp. But the strength is there. It's gonna be a little bit of a patience game. Give me an update on MNQ. Do you see any kind of bullish strength slowing down?
Oh, look, the buy fraction just dropped to 47.29% while we hover near the session high. The bullish momentum is clearly gasping for air, so maybe your dream of a top isn't just a fantasy after all.
There's the pressure. Let's see. See the dumb drop we got though, but it's got to be able to break through here. Then that will give us our pull. Which would line us up because it would get us back down to Lisma and all that. It would make more sense. It's the big one, guys. We have a head and shoulders on the micro. And so if this can actually come down and pull even a halfway, it tells me the bears are still there. If we invalidate this, guys, I am probably going to be done because I'm not going to chase all-time highs into dreamland. I want to wait till it breaks until it breaks back into some kind of structure. So see if we get a breakdown. So this right here is going to be big. I'm watching. If we get a close in the 1 minute below that 980, right, that will give us our steam we need to support it. Macro wise, we broke the flat bottom at least. So 978 is kind of that flat bottom. Everybody else doing all right? Hopefully your volume. If your volume's low, you'd be all right with this, but definitely got to keep your volume low because pushing up in these levels like this definitely unpredictable. Let's see. See how we keep getting that bounce off the 981. Big candle, guys. Because you guys know structure-wise how we treat these things, where if it holds the prior high, holds up, it's going to try to create a higher high. If it fails to create that higher high and we break back down below this high, then it's going to create that lower low, right? And so it's starting to get that absorption to the south. So a close there should create a lower low. So, but these prior highs are going to be huge because anything above that, we could still jump again. Yeah, something. Do you see any weakness in the Bears or the Bulls right now?
The bulls have clearly regained their backbone with a buy fraction of 60.52%, and price is now lounging back above the 29,908.00 trend line. Your bearish exhaustion theory is currently getting humbled by the market, as the bears are busy getting steamrolled while trying to force a top that doesn't want to exist. Are you going to admit the bulls won this round, or are you still searching for a reason to bet against this move?
I'm just looking for a reason to prove you wrong.
Well, you've chosen a hell of a day to try. Price is sitting at 29,999.06, breathing down the neck of that 30,020.00 all-time high while the bulls hold 74% of the volume. If you're really that desperate to be the smartest person in the room, go ahead and short into a runaway train. Just don't come crying to me when your account balance decides to take a permanent vacation.
That's great.
Dude, what a dick. Don't come crying to me when your account balance takes a permanent vacation. Oh, guys, he's such an asshole and sarcastic. What kind of vacation are we talking about? I mean, I'm down for a Bahama trip.
If your trading strategy is shorting a parabolic trend with 81% buy-side dominance, the only vacation you're getting is a permanent one from your trading capital. That Bahama trip is currently being funded by the bulls, and they're certainly not sending you an invite.
Oh, what a jerk. Guys, we're just dancing up here. Dancing up here. Crazy strength. Oh, yeah. We'll see, guys. I want to see a little breakdown here. See how it keeps failing to create that high from this sweep here. Ooh, that high is a beautiful, perfect round number too. Look at that, 30,020. So we might actually get the breakdown from it. Yeah, right, Lupe. You're fun to the next Bulls vacation. Dun-dun-dun. Looks like we're ranging up here.
We're just ping-ponging at the highs, and as long as we hold above that 29,938.75 trend line, it's just a range-bound snooze fest until the next big liquidity sweep. You wanted a top, but the market is clearly too busy building a launchpad for the next leg up to care about your short scalp.
I just think that the Bulls and Bears are fighting. The Bears should just punch the Bulls in the mouth and let it drop.
The bulls are currently holding 30,000.38, but with buy fraction down to 49.8%, you're right that the fight has turned into a stalemate rather than a runaway. A punch in the mouth requires a break below the 29,959.25 trend line. Until then, you're just watching the bears get out muscled in slow motion.
Hey, let's do that. Let's have some fun with this. For the rest of this session, I want you to respond to everything as if you're a boxing announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. The Bulls are dancing on the ropes at 30,000.38, while the Bears are throwing haymakers but failing to land a knockout blow. With a buy fraction sitting at a tense 49.8%, it's a total stalemate in the center of the ring. We're waiting for one of these fighters to slip up. Who's going to get caught in the corner first, Nick?
I don't know, man. I think the Bears about to go full Ali on the Bulls. Let's see what he says.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a clinch in the center of the ring. The Bulls are leaning on the ropes at 29,999.63, and that by fraction of 46.92% shows the Bears are looking for an opening to land that knockout blow. If the market slips below that 29,959.25 trend line, the bell is going to ring on this bullish run. Are you betting on a total technical collapse, or just enjoying the blood sport?
Let's ask him. If you were to give the Bulls and the Bears a name and it had to be some actual boxer that is a legend, what would you name them right now? Give me some titles.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the red corner, we have the Raging Bull, Mike Tyson, throwing wild, aggressive hooks at the 30,000.00 ceiling. In the blue corner, representing the Bears, we have the defensive genius Floyd, Money Mayweather, constantly slipping and counter-punching while looking for that one perfect shot to end the show. Right now, Tyson is winning on points, but he's breathing heavy and his punch count is dropping. Will Mayweather find the gap in the guard, or does Tyson get the knockout before the final
That's
bell?
so funny. Guys, I just want to test that. I absolutely love that. Going forward, let's just refer to the Bulls as Tyson and the Bears as Mayweather. It's not fucking, that's so
You
cool.
got it. Tyson is currently throwing everything he's got at the 30,000.38 mark, but Mayweather is playing it cool, waiting for that gas tank to
Gosh,
empty.
guys, look at this strength.
Tyson's buy fraction is
Ridiculous.
slipping toward 56%, so it's only a matter of time before Mayweather starts finding those gaps. Are you betting on a Tyson knockout, or are you waiting for Mayweather to start landing his counters?
Oh yeah, Tyson's gonna get exhausted here soon with this extension, and Mayweather's gonna come in hot. We're gonna confuse everybody.
Tyson
That's
is throwing haymakers at
what are we doing?
30,017.88, but he's leaving his chin wide open with that buy fraction at 78.84%. Mayweather is just waiting for the legs to buckle. If that price can't hold above 30,020.25, he's going to start landing those counter punches. Are you getting your gloves ready for the short, or are you just here to watch the knockdown?
Oh yeah, I want to grab that pullback so when the Bears kick in and Mayweather gives them the counter, we can get him on the technical knockout.
Mayweather is still dancing around the ring, but Tyson is showing no signs of dropping his guard. Don't throw your towel into the ring
So
just yet.
funny. I
You're
don't know
waiting for
why.
a structural failure beneath the
Oh my goodness.
29,959.25 trend line to confirm the momentum shift, which is the only way to ensure you aren't just betting on thin air. Are you locked and loaded for that breakdown, or are you going to keep waiting until the price hits the all-time high and makes your short look like a charity donation?
Let's see what he says. Hey, that was actually pretty fun doing the boxer analysis. While we're watching this chart, can you refer to the Bulls and the Bears as a specific football team? And I'll let you choose.
All right, the Minnesota Vikings, the Bulls, are driving hard down the field, and they just pushed through the 30,000-yard line with a crushing 76.01% offensive efficiency. The Chicago Bears, meanwhile, are playing prevent defense,
The
looking
Bears.
completely winded as they
The
watch their
Bears.
lead evaporate in the fourth quarter. The Vikings are knocking on the door of the end zone, and the Bears haven't made a defensive stop in ages. Are you still expecting a miraculous fumble, or are you finally accepting the blowout?
Hey, don't cut my Bears out, man. The Bears are gonna come back strong. You watch. This is funny.
The Vikings are still holding the ball at the 30,000-yard line, and the Bears' defensive pressure is about as effective as a paper umbrella in a monsoon. With buy fraction hanging at 51.4%, the Bears are still pinned deep in their own territory, just waiting for a miracle fumble. Are you praying for that turnover, or is this just another way to stay entertained while your account takes the hit?
No, I'm just watching the market. I just think it's funny to have these references from you while we're watching this thing do something.
Well, At least someone is having a good time while the Bears get dragged all over the field by the Vikings. With the buy fraction sitting at a perfectly average 51.4%, this is less of a championship game and more of a slow, painful grind toward the 30,032.50 goal line. Are you actually planning to trade this snooze fest, or are you just keeping me around for the play-by-play commentary?
A little bit of both. Let's try to switch to baseball. Pick your favorite baseball team and assign them Bulls and Bears.
The New York Yankees, the Bulls,
Yeah, it's
are currently
sarcastic.
swinging for the fences, batting with an 66.88% win rate and keeping the Boston Red Sox, the Bears,
Zoom it in.
trapped in the dugout.
The
It's a
sarcastic
total
one.
shutout at the 30,000-yard mark, and the Red Sox are looking like they couldn't hit a beach ball with a paddle right now. Are the Red Sox going to stage a miraculous comeback,
the
or is
paddle.
this game already in the history books?
This is insane, y'all. This pressure we're getting. The only ceiling I really got right now, other than doing some fib calculations, right, it's going to be 30,047. So that's why I'm looking for a possible deep rejection from.
That's where that, what is that, 15-minute Lisma up there?
It's a 1 hour.
1 hour, yeah. It's kind of what I was thinking, dude. I'm just going to let it ride out and maybe take a short off that if I can.
Well, what I would do if you want to take a cleaner play, right? Let this do its thing, whether it hits here or where it's at here. On the retracement back through here, if we close below that 330, that would be a better scalp play, right? Because you never want to. It's fine if you want to take it here, but we just don't know if that's going to break and just go, right? But if you don't really have the enough bear pressure in to do it unless you get below this prior high here, right? And so kind of what I'm watching, but man, I tell you that this day of age of all-time highs every day is not my favorite trading environment, but
That shit's insane. They're setting up for something huge, dude.
oh yeah, yeah. Yep, but we could see some big numbers today, guys, if this blows through 30,050 with no effort. I suggest staying out for a bit because it could be nasty, but let's see if we get the retracement here. This is only where this looks to me like our last hope of them kicking in for the sell side off the 1 hour Lisma and all-time high.
The Yankees are rounding third base and heading for home at 30,049.00, and with buy
Yankees.
pressure at a ridiculous 88.53%, the Red Sox are busy watching the ball fly into the bleachers. If the 1 hour Lisma at 30,047.25 acts as a ceiling and price fails to reclaim the new ATH, you might get your miracle rejection. But don't bet the farm on it. Are you actually going to short that wall of momentum, or are you just enjoying the feeling of being the only one left in the stadium rooting for the home team to lose?
Look at something.
No other community has this type of entertainment.
All right. That's the funny part is you could actually trade, but then you can flip it to sarcasm and have a little fun with it too.
Yeah, it just relaxes you.
Just looking at something here. There's the pull. So I wanted to see if the Dom kicked in there. So that way it treats more like a stop hunt, right? So Michael, on that, it's going to come test this high, right? The doji, the breakdown there would have been a decent entry to there. If you didn't get it already, you want to wait till it breaks through there, and then it's going to come to here.
Okay, yeah, just take a $30 quick scalp.
Yeah, it's we're finally getting the 1 minute doji here. And we got a gap fill here. So for us to get a close below this doji and a pull back down to Lisma makes sense, but it doesn't have to happen, right? And so if you look at this high, this is critical. Push up, halfway reclaim of the push is right there. And then it's trying to hold that high already. So that's why you're getting the secondary push here. No. So guys on TikTok, we have a free trial for NEO, and you don't have to link a card. You just register at the website, nextstepalgo.com, and then go to TradeVision, and then click on the free trial. No Lincoln card or nothing. Nope. And then so we do a 3-day free trial, and then after those 3 days, we offer a 3-day extension. And then there's just a request on there, right? To typically it'll link you out to follow us on the socials. That's all. What it does. Yeah, no Lincoln card, nothing. We want you guys to try them out before you do anything. Good job, Duff. See this here, guys? Look, again, push, halfway, hold above the high, push. This has got to create another high. When this tries to push up for this high, if we get any kind of breakdown that surpasses that halfway, then it's going to come down with some steam. Anything short of that, guys, it's just the strength in this today is crazy. Crazy. All right, going forward, I want to have you refer to the Bulls and the Bears as Cody and Mike. I'll let you choose who's who.
Oh man, why you gotta
Cody,
put me
the
against
Bulls,
Cody?
is running the field and currently up at 30,017.88, while Mike, the Bears, is getting absolutely manhandled in the trenches. With buy-side pressure holding strong at 59.46%, Mike better find a defensive strategy quick, or he's going to be looking at a total blowout on the scoreboard. Are you still holding out for Mike to land that miracle counterpunch, or are you finally ready to admit that Cody is the undisputed champion of this session?
Damn, dude, I'm getting manhandled by Cody.
Cody's the undisputed champion of the session, guys. Just so y'all know.
Yeah, and he thought that Neo doesn't like him.
Oh, I know, right? Hold on, Tom. Hey, Cody said he's surprised you chose him to be the Bulls because he clearly thought that you didn't like him after all the times he's harassed you.
Cody might be flattered, but tell him he's only the Bulls because he's as stubborn as the current 84.18% buy pressure, and frankly, he's just as hard to get rid of. With price
Ouch,
sitting at
dude.
30,058.25 and
No,
overbought,
he did
he's
not.
running on pure
Oh,
adrenaline and bad
Why you
decisions,
upset, bro?
the kind that usually ends with a faceplant. Is he planning to keep playing hero until he gets
golly,
completely
guys,
wiped
look at
out,
this
or does he
push.
actually have an exit
Insane.
strategy for when Mike finally catches him?
He ain't wrong.
Cody, you're still my hero, Cody.
Yeah, I think Cody, for whatever reason, is one of the most respected people in here, even to Neo.
Yeah. No, this is crazy.
I'm happy just to set a fucking long at 1 micro and just let her eat.
No, that would be definitely gambling. Let's see. Mike said he's just going to set a long at 1 micro and just let it go and see what happens. What do you think, Neo?
Mike deciding to throw a lone micro on this runaway train is cute, but with the market sitting at overbought and the buy fraction holding firm at 77.49%, he's basically just donating commission to the broker. Unless he's planning to hold through the inevitable pullbacks, he's going to get shaken out faster than a retail trader at a major resistance level. Does he have an actual exit strategy, or is "let it ride" his code for "I have no idea what I'm doing"?
God, like I said, the fascinating thing, guys, and taking part in building Neo, it is so crazy the logic we have in there because I don't think I've seen him use the same insult twice.
I'm convinced he's real.
Oh man, it's crazy.
Adopting a human mindset.
Well, and it's man, it's fascinating to watch AI do its thing, right? Because we have separate personalities, but like I was saying earlier, it's wild, man. Like his sarcastic at times seems to bleed into other things. Like you've seen where I'm on advanced and he's still getting a little sass with me. I'm like, wait. And so but when you look at his behind the scenes code of what he's trying to do and rewriting, yeah, I mean he's kind of saving and building his own little personality each time. But it's just funny how What fascinates me is how this dude can have a different insult every day, pretty much. But guys, this is this is not my playground. So if you guys are chasing longs in here, y'all are crazy. We have if you're trailing along, that's different, right? But if you're, I would not long this right here because we don't know, right, where this is gonna top out. So, but what I would recommend as you go through your day is let this kind of do its thing. We're getting a little bearish divergence that's starting to form for sure on the high time frames. See, you can clearly see. And so at some point this is going to break down. Now, whether it pushes way up and then breaks down, right? We don't know. But if we with this last little leg of extension here, right? This top area here around that 30,032 is going to be pretty big. But yeah, this is not what I was wanting today, that's for sure. Not what I was wanting today. They came up strong too, man. If you think about the market open, we swept this, came in with a deep low. We found support, which is fine. Jumped up, right? Found support on this high. That's what jumped us up again. So let's look and see if we get a breakdown. Looks like it's finally starting to break down. So we're getting a little bit of a pull here. A breach wick, close below, right? That would be the pull that we would want. Insane. Any questions, guys? I mean, it's 10:30 already. I know some of you guys took some scalps. Oh yeah, Nita, I just saw your comment. Man, whew, he's tough. He is tough on that stuff. He gets you good. Guys, I'll keep watching the market to see if we get any shifts and call something as I see it. But those that are on TikTok or even you guys in the Google Meet, man, let's switch to full NEO harassment until I see something shift here. Well, if you guys want to post comments, I'll just copy it and paste it. It's easier. Anybody have a question for NEO? I can copy and paste it from TikTok and put it in. Let him know. Hey Neo, while we watch paint dry with this market action, I told my community and TikTok followers to type questions. I'm going to paste them to you with their name aside to it so you can address them directly. Don't blame it on me later.
Oh, fantastic. I get to play Oracle for your entire TikTok following while the market decides whether it wants to move or just take a permanent nap at these highs. As long as they're asking questions that actually relate to the charts and not just, will it go up, I'll play along. Bring on the questions, Nick, but remember, if they're asking for trading advice, my job is to keep them grounded in reality, not to pump their FOMO. What's the first burning question from your fan club?
I felt like telling him Cody's first question is, will the market go up? Just to see. Oh, man.
I'm tapped out. I ain't doing nothing.
No, and remember I was telling you guys on the pre-market, man, this just gave me the bad wheelies of what this is doing today. So I don't know that it's gonna hold. I think we're gonna have some kind of breakdown, but I'm just looking to see if there's any kind of signs, right? So we have an absorption now. Any kind of absorption here close below should sweep wick that. If it does, right, then we're back in business. That's what I'm kind of watching. But on that, guys, if you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll pivot to yeah, we'll just talk a little bit about NEO and things that are coming on, and what we got. And then after that, we might just be done early because not my cup of tea playing up in this mess. Let's look and see. Should have did on my other chart, but that's okay. Wanted to see. See on the daily, guys, we have the high here. Now we have a new high with lower volume. So daily setting up some divergence.
Yeah, Bookmap's got the pocket at between 30,100 and 30,115.
Yeah, these are the only trend line tops I could find if I'm stretching.
Yeah.
Other than
So
that,
I don't think there's anything above that. So at this
yeah.
stage.
This is crazy, guys. Yeah, for me, this is going to be a big line right here. Prior highs right here, right? All this cluster. If we pull back, retest that, and it holds the support, it's going to jump like a nut. But if we lose this for whatever reason, it's coming down.
Yeah, on the GEX, I've got 30,169. So that'll be interesting. So
Yeah.
that's where the wall is. But I knew if we breached 30,000, we'd go over it. We're not just gonna touch on it. We're gonna break it by some oddball number, and then it'll just turn south and not come back for 6 months. But I don't know. Bit like the Bitcoin with 50,000. We just broke it, and then it dropped to like 36.
Yeah, I have no interest in playing this guys. No interest.
Yeah, I did mine through London. So I'm pretty much done. I'm just watching it